It is not beyond our power to create a world in which all children have access to a good education. Nelson Mandela. Education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. Malcolm X. Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced. James Baldwin. Educational leaders in this time are charged with the task of ensuring that all students, no matter the support at home, their learning abilities, or deficiencies, have access to a good education. This is a challenge that can be achieved if it is faced head on with a clear vision and a collective effort. It must be accomplished to ensure the future of our society. In high school, at the age of 16, I got my driver's license and bought a 1988 Toyota Camry for $50. I used it to deliver newspapers with my dad. Each and every morning, I got up at 2 a.m., rain or shine, to deliver those papers. I imagine being a principal will be much like this. I'll be proud of my accomplishments and what my service has done for others, but I know it will be an arduous journey. My initial career goal was to be a physical and health educator to combat the childhood obesity epidemic. This was influenced by the death of my 22-year-old cousin from type 2 diabetes and morbid obesity. In the past 8 years, I have come across students that face so many obstacles, it seems like it would be impossible for them to focus on their education. I grew up with all the support and care a child could ever wish for. Many students, like my cousin, did not. I began to realize that what caused my cousin's death went beyond poor nutrition and lack of physical activity. Just as students' negative behaviors and low achievement go beyond lack of discipline and motivation. And I want to be in a position to do more about that. When I taught PE and health, I don't think there was a student I did not educate in some fashion. In class, we discussed topics such as alcohol and drug abuse, mental health disorders, and early sexual activity. Sometimes they told stories that were too horrifying and painful even to fathom. These students must be empowered to take what control they can of their lives to forge a better future, and teachers have to be empowered to teach them so they can do just that. Due to civil unrest, many in society and politics call for community policing. I think an even better push would be for community educating. As they say, it takes a village to raise a child, but I would counter that it takes children to raise a village. Communities with children, schools, recreation centers, and other means of collaboration are seen as the most appealing. Forming strong community partnerships will be important to fill the gaps needed to help students meet basic needs, as well as making resources available to provide supplementation and incentives to students, their families, and staff. Academic achievement will give students the skills they need to be productive citizens in an ever changing global society. Cultivating interest in areas beyond literacy and mathematics is beneficial. Enrichment and opportunities addressing all areas of multiple intelligence can spark an interest in learning and a zest for life. Testing and accountability affect many in the educational process. It is necessary to evaluate students on progress. All stakeholders, including administration, students, teachers, and families, must be held to high standards in order to ensure that academic goals are achieved. Having high expectations does not mean being hard on everyone. I often tell my students that if I didn't hold you to high expectations, that would be like me saying, I don't believe in you. As a leader, if you set high expectations, people will meet them, but you have to give them the tools they need to be successful. You must hold yourself accountable for meeting those expectations. Make everything that needs to be done crystal clear and find ways to lift people up and let them shine. Even above academic achievement is the mental, social, and emotional well being of students, families, and staff. Students cannot learn if they are not healthy in mind and body. Families cannot provide, and teachers cannot pour their knowledge and strength into those students. Mental health supports, trauma and culturally sensitive environments, and access to out of school programs are imperative in at risk populations, especially. Students have so many outside forces, including family, social media, traumatic and abusive situations, that schools must be a haven for them, but we cannot do it alone. Now more than ever, in the age of COVID-19, we see how all parts of the community must work together, with education as the foundation. Education is under great scrutiny, and their opinions on all sides is the correct thing to do. Teachers have many responsibilities, including but not limited to creating standards based lesson plans, developing effective classroom management practices, building relationships with students and their families, assisting with extracurricular activities, and other duties. Sometimes I know they feel they get little in return. Knowing the job they have, an effective leader gives all the support they can and treats teachers professionally by providing the resources needed to meet high expectations and opportunities for professional growth. Also, to develop the next group of effective administrators. Being a leader in education is one of the most important public service careers. It is the driving force to ensure the prosperity of our society. Education is the foundation for a well functioning society. Without it, we will crumble. My students know I treat them like little adults and explain how their expectations in school are not that different from what their expectations will be as an adult in society. Probably shouldn't say it like this, but I feel as though adults are just like big kids and they need the same things we give children to be successful. Rita Pearson said, every kid deserves a champion, someone who will never give up on them, who understands the power of connection and insists that they can become the best they can possibly be. Every person who is involved in the educational process needs a champion to speak positivity and garner a sense of collective efficacy. Leaders in schools have the challenge of creating an equitable environment for all students and educators to succeed. There are many pieces to the puzzle to make this possible. And with collaboration from all stakeholders, it is possible. Thank you.